It's the Game of the MTG Show.
You want to see the pack one, pick one Oracle the Alpha? What about Psychic Frog? That card's fucked up. Most of these cards I would not mind wheeling. Not really sure what Fear of Imposters is doing in here. Yeah, I'm not high on either of those cards. Frog fucking rips, though. You could follow that up with Priest of Forgotten Gods, which I obviously enjoy. I think Agent of Raffine makes a bit more sense. I always hate facing this fucking card. Little Wrath action. It's going to take Memory Deluge. You think Frog's the best card in the cube? I wouldn't be surprised. That card's so messed up. You like Grenzo? Ooh, Inquisition. Yeah, some beautiful fixers here. Yeah, maybe it makes more sense to take Sewers or Darkslick Shores than Inquisition. I just like the idea of Inquisition into Frog, right? Yeah, give me the fucking discard spell. 3 mana Grenzo. Yeah, I saw Newmont complaining about that card. I don't think I've fully read it or seen it or anything. Bouncer's not crazy. Mastermind's not crazy. Console flagship's a little above curve from what I was expecting, but I do have Memory Deluge here. I think there's like just about 0 chance I play this Blood-Soaked Champion. I don't think I'm going to be that aggro this time. Raffine's Tower. Riddle doesn't look bad. Yeah, Breach is always good. What a fucked up card. So these blue cards are all reasonable. I think I legit might splash green. I'm gonna take Pest Infestation. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's just like not that good in this cube, but hard for me to pass that one. It's like if Gonti was a Titan and made the card free. Oh, yeah, that does sound fucked up. Hey, take care, Koalan. Hey, we wheeled a duel. Nice. I was hoping I didn't count on that happening, but it'd be nice, you know, and then it came back. Because there were 2 blue-black duels in that pack. I don't hate Tiny Bones. Oh, Uro. I should be drafting Uro here. Or maybe Atraxa. Atraxa's, like, not impossible to just cast. And I'm sure there's ways to reanimate it. Uro and Psychic Frog seem good together, though. In, like, a legacy sort of way. I mean, the Frog's a fucking discard outlet for Atraxa. I'm gonna grab Delta here. That felt like it was off mood. You think passing Shieldred's a bold signal? Really? Over Polluted Delta? I think Polluted Delta is a fucking signal too. The fetches are so good. And then Raffine's Tower taps for Atraxa, gives me the white for Atraxa, so being able to fetch it out is kind of nice. Makes the Atraxa a lot more free. Brainstorm's not crazy with this start. Maybe I can get away with Exclude. Or Bat. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about the Brainstorm, but I should probably grab the Exclude. That looks fucking annoying. 4 more cards in your graveyard. Doesn't seem that hard. I think I'm just grab Overlord. Cultivate, Explore, and go for the throat all appeal to me. We're a little low on removal, right? We have a Maelstrom Pulse. I think we're more of a disrupty deck than a rampy deck. Just give me a removal spell here. Can I pass a fucking Birds of Paradise, though? You can't, right? Isn't Birds great? Isn't Birds great still? There's an Underground Mortuary there. We don't currently have a Surveil land, so that would open up some number of keeps for us and such. Give some depth to the Polluted Delta. And then Terra Sunder is great, right? Obviously a great card. I don't know how high you take Bonnie Paul on this cube. The card's kind of good. Where's the sleight of hand better? A lot of green fixing already. But, I mean, 3 colors, right? 3 colors is always rough. Really happy about that Uro wheel. I'm feeling better about the green here now. A little Brainstorm action. A couple of 3-mana counters. Yeah, if I'm trying to fill my bin for Uro, then Jet Collector, it just makes more sense. I kind of dig Glissa, just like one more fucking must answer. Tireless Tracker, Liliana, Esika's Chariot. All makes sense to me. I feel like Chariot gets fucking bricked in this format sometimes. People just go over the top of you. I don't know what a fucking Razor Demon does. 3 mana for a 7/7. Probably just a good stat, right? No downside. Play it without paying their mana cost. They get like a Demonic Tutor. Yeah, great card. That's a sick card to Dark Ritual out if we had that. You like Urtai a lot as a versatile answer. I think I'm going to grab Tireless Tracker. And then see if one of the gold cards wheels, Scabby G! Yeah, Scarab God would be the clear pick for me if Marsh Flats wasn't here. Let's get another fetch in my Brainstorm deck. I'm into that. I dig that. Strix. God, I love a Strix. I'm going to look at my card base real quick for Gear Hulk and Snapcaster. That kind of makes sense, right? We got some 3-mana counters. Go for the throat. Inquisition, Brainstorm. It's not a bad Snapcaster deck for sure. But, are they birds? I thought not. The fuck do you do? Copy an enchantment? Okay. I'm just gonna grab a... Well, maybe I want this thing. Yeah, give me this thing. I'm not like a rampy deck, but that thing gives you like random ass busted cards. Another fetch, huh? Another fetch. The Brainsurge would be sick with all my fetches too. We have 3 goddamn fetches now. And they all hit Raffine's Tower. What the hell does this do? Weird ass frogs jumping around. I wish I could go a bit above what my opponents are doing. We're not really doing that except for the Atraxa. Mythic Memory is Deece. Would have been good with that Gear Hulk. Huh. I think I should have grabbed the commit. I mean, Unable to Stream is basically Swords of Plowshares. Maybe that's the pick here. We got some other good removal, though, that actually goes to the graveyard. Near the end of the pack, I just, like, don't have time to read. They expect me to have read the first time, and I super have not. Dig that Teferi pickup. Hey, Scarab God. Now we got some late game, huh? Now we got some fucking late game. Some inevitability. Do I need another blue-black duel? I certainly don't need the bauble. I mean, I guess the bauble's actually kind of good, right? Helps me fill up my grave. I should have grabbed the bauble. It helps me fill up the graveyard for the Uro and the Jet Collector. And, like, it's a scry with my triple fetches. Yeah, I think I should have grabbed the bauble there. Jesus Christ, that Arid Mesa. Yeah, I like the Hall of Storm Giants a lot. We do have another creature land already. I think I'm going to grab this Brainsurge. Still feeling good about my triple fetch. Oh, nice, Matthew T. Allen. Yeah, another reason I should have grabbed the Consigned to Memory hum. I don't think I need this basic plains. How do I feel about Zimone? I think I cut it. Phantom Interference is one of my weaker cards, but it does give me, like, turn 2 interaction, which I don't have a ton of here. How many sources of turn 1 green do we have? 1, 2, 6. It's one less than I would like for Birds of Paradise, but it's not like a terrible card to play on turn 2 either. And then at that point, it goes up to... Oh, Flooded Strand doesn't fix for green, right? But it's the only one that doesn't. We didn't get a Trop effect. We go up to 8 green sources. Otherwise, 8's plenty. And then for black sources, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black sources. And blue is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9, 10 blue. Yeah, what if I got Woodland Cemetery, go down to 9 black sources, and just play another forest? That gets us up to 7 turn 1 green sources, which I like a lot better. Oh, what about Jet Collector? Should we just cut Jet Collector? Key does put something in the bin. You draft a card, then discard a card. And a lot of times the card you draft goes to your bin too. So a lot of times it's 2 cards in the bin. Fucking put an Approach of the Second Sun to your hand, bin in a row, like, come on. And it also just, like, is clean into Atraxa. I'm on the play A. Maybe you should have saved the fetch for the Brainstorm. I thought I was going to be getting a Tri-Land, but I'm going to get an Overgrown Tomb anyway, right? Yeah, we're getting lane drops. Gonna counter basically any creature there. Not a bad little brainstorm there. Really want to slam Teferi here. Snapping it off. I think we're both sitting here with shitty 3-mana counters. Just chilling. And then next turn we can play the Scarab God with a mana to activate it. One card, please. Ooh. Okay. That's kind of been my experience with Lutri in the cube. Obviously, the ideal is you got a Time Warp deck and you get to copy it and stuff. Interesting. So they could have paid the 3 and they chose to make disappear instead. Which, I mean, if their last card's Counterspell, it's a really good make disappear. The last card was not Counterspell. Oh, this is terrible for me. Well, I mean, it's an enchantment that I can Pest Infest, but I guess I get their Strix. Make it awkward to attack. A 4/4 agent would be kind of wild, though. Yeah, draw one card to draw a card every turn for the rest of the game, right? But they do get to, like, scry on attack. You're an agent? We'll do agent, whatever. Yeah, a little bit worried about just dying, right? They make a fucking 4/4 here. Nice. No, that's fine. I thought I was going to be able to do it for 2 still. Oh shit, it exiled. I thought it was gone forever. That's fucking dope. Yeah, I kind of regret not reanimating their Strix as my impulse, but this is fine. I kind of worry about decking with Uro. Maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it shouldn't be such a coward. Frog's really easy to resolve. Yeah, 10 cards left in the library, What the fuck are you doing? Oh, they're gonna house meld my goddamn... I'm gonna make them targeted. Yes, I would like to kill my own creature. God, giving them an Atraxa trigger after they put all that power in their deck would be a bummer. Yeah, I've been worried about decking a few times with this Overlord. Might just not be ideal. Oh, it's a fucking enchantment. It's no longer a creature. Amazing. Do I care about them making 3/3s? I guess they can have one. God damn it. Yeah, I could have bouncered the Becoming before their attack step there. And that would have prevented this. Did they find the Time Walk? It looks like they did not find the Time Walk because it's a bunch of shitty Moxen. Alright. Can you backseat because it's Arena Cube? Why would that make a difference? Yeah, I need to figure out how to kill them somehow. I can't really put cards in the bin. We only have 5 cards left in the library. Let's lead on this Inquisition. The Maelstrom Pulse, this Nexus. I think I want to play this thing and discard the Overlord. Play an untapped land to get another Scarab God activation. Yeah, I was looking for Approach. 4 cards left here. Reanimating Strix decks me. We could hit their Ledger Shredder, maybe. No, that will also deck me. Annoying card. Oh, this thing's got Vigilance at least. I guess. Kill the Oracle of the Alpha and then reanimate it to give us more cards in the graveyard. Devious. Interesting scoop. I think they realized we were just going to time warp and they were going to have to chump at some point. Wait. Hold on. I think I need to do something. Man, I have no more late game cards. Yeah, maybe this is fine. We're a little relying on the opponent to actually win. I was kind of wondering if, like, maybe I play Seed Shark over one of these cards that just draws cards. Like, it sounds crazy, but like Uro or Overlord for Seed Shark. I'm a little bit worried about actually winning the game post Atraxa. Seed Shark looking worse than Overlord in the opener, but again, it's mostly in here for like post Atraxa. I was gonna get the Raffine's Tower. I think I'm still gonna. I don't want to use Pulse on that, right? But go for the throat's reasonable. Saving the Maelstrom Pulse to potentially hit like a Walker or something. Why do all of my fucking opponents have this card? Why does every single goddamn opponent? Card's good. Oh, I'm very aware. When that card was first spoiled, I was fucking jizzing my pants over it. And people were like, "But it puts Moxen in your deck." And I like did the math, and I'm like, "Okay, but you've got to draw 7 in here, and a Time Walk and a Recall. You were putting more card draw into your deck than bricks, in terms of like cards actually drawn." And my god, does that draw 7 pop off if your deck's full of Moxen and Lotus and stuff. And it surveils on attack. It's a fun one to copy and clone and all that. Yeah, I wonder, in that 50-minute game I played, comboing off with replaying my 2 Oracles and in that song deck. Oh man, I wish the opponent would play something. I just wonder how many pieces of power I actually had in my deck at the end of it all. Because it was a lot. How many actual triggers? Feels like it could be some kind of record. You added it to your paper cube? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had it proxied before Wizards proxied the card. in my paper cube. One of my viewers was making proxies, and they were watching my my videos in the background. Kind of surprised they're not casting this Lingering Souls. Anyway, so they sent me like a set of 4 Avens. They sent me 4 of the fucking bird, Oracle the Alpha, with like 10 sets of power or something. Had clearly been watching the videos. Ooh, we could grab Inquisition Swamp. I was going to grab Island for the Agent, but I think I like that better. Oh, but we could have Pest Infestation. But Pest doesn't have a target right now. I think I'm going to grab Memory Deluge as the last card here. Yeah, Propellerin. Yeah, they sent like 10 fucking sets of proxy power with it. The most I've shuffled into a cube deck was 3. I had a fun Doomsday game with Bolas' Citadel and Oracle the Alpha. It's kind of a funny Memory Deluge hit. Black Lotus and Time Walk. And I'm like combining the Atraxa. Get a nice little attack in. Maybe I should have eaten one of those. I don't know. 7 life. Shuffling my my soft counters back into the deck before I do this. Well, that sucked. Pretty much is dead, right? 5 damage in play. Yeah, we don't have the time, but Scarab God hitting their fucking Aiden to put Time Walk into my deck. And then Scarab God activating on oh, Atraxa got exiled, huh? Oh yeah, she's underneath the binding. Yeah, I mean Pest Infestation would have lined up well against that binding, But if you don't take the if you don't Inquisition them, if you take the Pest Infestation instead of the Inquisition, then they would have had Snapcaster for the Time Walk, and I think it would have been even less close. To hold up Brainstorm or just run out the lounge. Yeah, Bouncer was way worse than just like an actual removal spell that last game, like a Hero's Downfall or something would have been way better. Is Exclude gonna get to counter something? I guess it countered an Owl earlier. You got it, friend. Atraxa in the bin, implying some reanimation effect. We do have this Scarab God. Holding up 2 counters here. Zero chance we get to activate this thing. I kind of dislike the backseating tag. People read shout and like immediately like, well, that wasn't my tone. Like almost nobody's shouting commands at me anymore. I can fix it. Now let me do it. This is edit com, right? Yeah, that's a lot cleaner and smaller and like handles the mean confusion with that people have with backseating. Ooh. Do I actually want to cast this arrow? I think I do. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Obligatory Rory, thanks for the saw, thanks for the 35 months. You're not a fan of all the bad counters in this deck? Well, they were the counters I got, friend. Oh yeah, this band is Howling Giant Bobcat Blues. They literally wrote my theme song. So they have the 2 mana. I think we let the Urtai Resurrected resolve, and then we go for the Throat the Emperor. I don't know if I have to set a stop or something. You have the chance to see Howling Giant or Brass Against on the same night. How do you choose? I would do whichever one you're more feeling, Commander. Whatever you're in the mood for that night. If you're in the mood to fucking vibe and headbang your ass off, Howling Giant is the fucking best band in the world. If you're looking to dance, then Brass Against has to be like top tier, right? And if one of the bands sells out, then that makes your fucking decision for you. Easy. Am I doing any of the VCL leagues? I don't know anything about them, Clyde, so no. I mean, I could bring Uro back. Resolving Scarab God feels pretty good. Well, the nice thing about bringing Uro back is I still have... If I hit a land off the Uro, I would have enough mana for both my shitty counters up. Yeah, let's do this. The 64-person Vintage Cube Leagues on Moto. Oh. When are they up? And why would you call them VCLs? Makes it sound like it's some special thing. C. Pete is gifting some subs. Congratulations to Couch Jockey, Bourgeois, and Space Hippie. Eric West, Newfie Monkey, congrats to you folks too, and thanks again to C. Pete. Very cool. Looks like I need to change that fucking icon, but that's all right. That's good. Do I still have? I do. Yeah, all my alert box got real gunked up. Very annoying. Should probably Maelstrom Pulse that thing before it gets out of control. Alright, should be fixed now. I kind of want to counter that and then Maelstrom Pulse their thing. But is that better than just like Scarab Godding back Atraxa here? What's up, Glarbach? Yeah, I can see regretting that. Oh, cool. That's kind of a perfect match, right? We just like sat there and stared at each other forever until we reanimated their Atraxa. But now you can just like play a bunch of cards that do the Gaunty thing. It feels less interesting to me. And then it's just people doing that back and forth. How sick is Opeth full album listening for their albums? Huh? Have you not heard an Opeth album? The two that I would recommend for full album listening are Blackwater Park and Ghost Reveries. I've listened to both of those albums quite a bit. Very repeatable. And then Watershed's a weirder one, but I dig that one too. You got Deliverance as your third, sure. Cool. Next turn, I think we're just going to go like land drop, play the frog. Ooh. What happens with this cashes in? They gain 4 life. I have not and will not care about Linkin Park, Kazim. Yeah, I guess I kill it so I can get in, right? Yeah, I don't like have a real reason to dislike Linkin Park or anything. Like I just don't feel about them strongly one way or the other. Kind of like I mean, they're a formula band, and I have nothing wrong with formula bands, right? Like I enjoy plenty of them myself. Just one that doesn't quite land for me. Kind of similar to Disturbed in that way, but it's not like Disturbed and Linkin Park are any better or worse than like Sabaton or whatever, right? Like it's kind of just what lands. So we Inquisition, we passed Crack. So they're gonna untap and breach me. Kind of wish I was getting in for lethal here, Hey, Dread, you're dead. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 50 months. It's a 5/5. It's got trample. Could turn the Golos into a 3/3. Or turn the Birds of Paradise into a 3/3. And then Golos blocks Tireless Tracker. Might take 10. Oh, I don't have the land because I Inquisitioned. God damn it. Should have thought about it slightly more. Yeah, whatever the reason. Like, I mean, it's illogical, but just playing on Arena makes me play a little bit faster than I'd like to. The rope and stunch. Hashtag excuses. What's on my graveyard? Does Tracker grow when we destroy our own clues? I think so. I was going to draw a card anyway. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, no. Yeah, so I missed lethal here. Just activating the Vinestalk. I kind of missed that it could turn the bird into a 3/3. But that's okay. Be interesting to see what the opponent cooks up with their Reach the Multiverse. Linkin Park was your intro into heavy music as a youth. Oh, yeah. And so you get that big nostalgia value. I think, like, Marilyn Manson was that for me. Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie. And so it was very disappointing to go to a Marilyn Manson show as an adult. Rob Zombie, however, Rob Zombie still fucks. Am I looking forward to the new Poppy album? Every once in a while I hear a Poppy track that I like. Each player mills 10 cards. Creature or Planeswalker. I mean, I could exile my Uro right now with the Frog to prevent them gaining 3 life. But, like, who cares, right? Yeah, who gives a shit? I'll probably find some other creature. Apocalyptica was your gateway to metal. Love that, I'm Rando. Apocalyptica is a great band. I had them on a bunch of playlists when I was in high school. They had a counter. Amazing. That's what I've heard, Little Fiend, for like a brief period of time. He had a great live show. No reason to jump the Frog. I think the Carnosaur wants to block the tracker anyway. We gotta shrink their lifelinker. Oh, the Carnosaur has to block the Vinestalk, and the Atraxa blocks the tracker. And then they're still taking lethal. Yeah, I am prepared to go to damage. Well, might as well get another couple, huh? They took the effort to block. I might as well take the effort to grow my Frog. Just start giving it flying. Like, your intro was System of a Down? Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody likes System of a Down. And I don't think it was until I was, like, in late high school and playing in some garage bands and stuff that... I'm just going to kill their Manadork. I started having what, like, present-day Caleb would consider a reasonable taste in music. You wore out your tape of the Top Gun soundtrack when you were a little kid? I mean, that soundtrack rules. I don't think we're going to have time for Agent. Actually, cracking a clue is probably better than running out Strix here, right? Because it just gives me that damage immediately. Can always play Strix later. Oh, I'm sure you weren't alone, Neo Bubbles. So we can Bouncer the token, clear the thing. This turn, playing the Strix also makes sense. And Bouncer looked like actually good for once, but it was literally just a mana war. I kind of dig Seed Shark into Pylon. What the fuck is this? Discard a card, then heist target opponent's library. Yeah, the whole fucking cube is Gonti effects. It's almost like wearing... Ooh, love that, Dion. It's a nice mix of bands. Yeah, I saw a lot of awesome artists live when I was younger. Because my parents really valued live music. But a lot of them were smaller bands, and a lot of them I didn't like actively listen to. Like, I really enjoyed seeing Buddy Guy live, but I didn't listen to him a lot or anything. Hey, Schwab002, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 80 months. For example. Yeah, let's Seed Shark. And then I think we can Inquisition and then still Pylon. And still attack. Atali Hum. Oh, it's got first strike. I was like, what's going on here? The best concert you ever went to? I feel like I gotta qualify the best concert I ever went to. Like, production value. Production value and, like, technical skill, mix of everything. Conditions, the crowd. The best crowd I ever saw was at a Ninja Sex Party show here in Madison. In terms of production value, I think Rob Zombie and, well, that's really bad for me. X's form. Oh, we can crack a clue here. And save our tracker. We're gonna lose our shark, though. Maybe they're not even targeting the tracker. Yeah, Rob Zombie and Rammstein, I think, are tied, just in terms of, like, raw stage presence and, you know, fireballs and everything. Just fucking shows. But my favorite live shows that I've seen... Ooh, that Exclude is such a great draw. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's a treasure. I'd like to convoke my tracker. I guess it is pass. Yeah, my favorite live shows are ones where I just get, like, super lost in the instrumentals, though, and just, like, feeling the music, and I'm just, like, following the music and watching the fucking musicians get into the zone, and then, like, 2 hours have gone by. And I've gotten that with Trampled by Turtles, I've gotten that with The Sword, and I've gotten that with Meshuggah. Uro is like the perfect fucking card to bin hum. Trying to leave some creatures in the graveyard for Scarab God, just in case. That doesn't surprise me even a little bit, that their pyrotechnics are super dangerous. Oh, go ahead, Aesthetica. Go ahead. Yeah, it's a 6-show Destiny trigger. Thank you, Scientist and Periphery. The same would be great. Periphery's fucking phenomenal live. What you got, opponent? You got something for me? This game's lined up pretty well, Ripping the counter for the Itali. Hell yeah, Endo Jackson. Yeah, last week I was kind of worried looking at like early voting results and stuff. But I'm feeling a lot better this week. A lot of like little things just looking good in the right spots. You had a friend that was canvassing Wisconsin, said it was interesting. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's like every single different kind of voter here. It's also a very, like, I don't know if stratified is the right word. No. You're going to get, like, wildly different experiences depending on what part of the state you're canvassing. I feel good about Wisconsin, though. During the primary, the Republicans had a contested primary in this state, and the Dems did not for the Senate seat, which is usually like a really bad sign. Oh, let's just bounce that, huh? And there's like a random ass referendum on the ballot that just like made it harder to vote. And they got like absolutely smoked. And I think Waltz plays really well here. He like talks like us Wisconsinites. Yeah, let's just fucking kill that, Maybe I crack clues first. Should I fucking brainstorm natal lane draw? I can do that, right? Of course I can do that. Let's get this out of here. Maybe this. Just keep these awesome fucking lands. Is the state dramatically gerrymandered? So that doesn't matter for national elections, gerrymandering. And the answer to that is that it was. But the new maps are fair. There were a couple of Dems in the state that like got a little mad at Evers because he ran on fair maps, and they were like, "You need to fucking. This is a good time to like rethink that." Now that we actually have like control and stuff, we could do what we want. We could gerrymander it in our direction. And he was like, "Fuck no! I ran on fair maps. I'm gonna do." He didn't say "fuck no." That's not his style, but I was pretty happy with him. The Republicans in the state Congress had the choice between using his maps that he ran on, that he like said were fair, and they were like, "Oh, those aren't fair at all." You know, like they have to say that. They had the choice of doing that or accepting like unseen maps from an independent party that like the state Supreme Court would just have drawn up, and they were like, "Okay, his maps are fine." It's like, yeah, well, I'm telling on yourselves here a little bit. But again, that doesn't matter for national elections, because for those, it's like one vote, one type deal. Senate and President and what? That's a little annoying to deal with. Right, saying the quiet part out loud, yeah. Was there literally nothing to target with Scarab God? No, there is. I just needed to set a stop, I guess, for the upkeep activation. Are we fine trading off Tracker here? I think that's fine. What state tossing stuffs? Will I be bizarring it all next week? Maybe. They said that they were gonna send me a code and like get my account like hooked up and stuff. I messaged the guy as soon as he sent me that. I messaged him back within like half an hour, and then oh, that's not a bad card to go to the bin, And then I messaged him again the next day. I'm sure they're just like super busy. It's in mid rollout and everything, but. As a streamer, it's a little bit of a bummer because there's just like more hype, right? More hype for a game when it's new. I don't have much to say about Universes Beyond. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bounce that Bouncer. I'm gonna reanimate the Bouncer on their next attack step. That appeals to me. And then they can replay the Walker and whatever. Yeah, fair enough, tossing stuffs. I imagine that if I grew up in Utah, I would have a rough time being as politically motivated. Yeah, I feel strongly about the vote for a third party as a quote unquote wasted vote. Because people that are voting third party would not be voting for Dems or Republicans, right? It is basically a write-in. It's not like that. Like those votes would like go to a different party. Otherwise, they would stay home. So when people come out to vote for third parties, now all of a sudden they're participating, right? They're voting on the down ballot causes. They're voting for their state referendums. People, leftists especially, should, because, you know, if you think that you're, the policies that you're a fan of are popular, if you want, like, what the people want, you should be happy that, like, anyone's getting out there voting, anyone's inspired to vote more. And I do think third-party voters, third-party candidates get some folks out that wouldn't vote otherwise. Because at the very least, they see that there's another option on the list, right? Feel entitled to your vote, right? Yeah, that's always a huge turnoff. Vote's gotta be earned. Does that fizzle Reclamation? It does. That's nuts. Onizukas, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 49 months. Kai Storm, thanks for 80 months. And Demi-Man, thanks for 25 months there. Demi-Man's back, baby. Ranked choice voting would be better. It would be, yeah. One of the things I'm mad about Jill Stein about is that she's like has come out against ranked choice voting. Just a terrible fucking candidate. If I was not voting in Wisconsin, if I was voting in a state that was like locked up one way or the other, I would probably be writing in somebody. Bernie or Nader. As is, I'm voting for Kamala. Despite my strong distaste. At least she's promised a different fucking Secretary of State. At least we'll be getting Blinken out, but yeah. Maybe that's copium. You're riding with Biden, Bimp? That's not really true, Doms. The saying, like, X's, like, only goal is to steal votes from Y or what have you. She's certainly a careerist. But I don't think most of her voters would be voting Dem otherwise. They're disenfranchised people. My issue with Jill Stein is that she doesn't, like, support the party at the local level. Like, her own fucking state doesn't put up somebody for governor anymore. Under her quote-unquote leadership. I guess I'm going to let them draw a card. Hey, Lazy Destroyer, thanks for the 38 months there. Lazy Destroyer says, fuck cancer. Absolutely fuck cancer. Get out to vote. Be sure Trump doesn't take away my ability to have health insurance. And continue to fight. Good luck, Lazy Destroyer. Yeah, right, CP. That's the thing I've got against, like, people being like, the Greens are only there to, like, steal Dem votes or whatever. As though the Libertarians weren't, like, more successful and taking votes from the other side. Within that argument framework, right? Like which is it? Kamala would be labeled very right wing in your country. Yeah, she's a bit of a chameleon in terms of her policies. Like, she puts up whatever policy she thinks will win, right? Which is true of a lot of American politicians. But when she was running against Bernie, she had like very leftist policies in place, including like Medicare for all. She like basically lifted his tax plan and stuff. And you kind of wonder if she was just there to like play spoiler. Or perhaps she actually believed in some of that. And now she's just doing what she thinks she has to do to get elected. Like, who fucking knows, right? That's kind of the issue. Seeing what the candidates run on when they don't have somebody pushing them to the left has been eye-opening skill pattern. I think Bernie did a lot of good for the country. Right, Chad Shuby, but I'm talking about like her policies, right? Like why she like was running on all those leftist policies that she's now run back. Medicare for all and stuff. It's possible that she actually believes in that stuff, but she can't she doesn't think that she can take a big break from Biden, which is horseshit. You know, if someone's like, hey, why are you different than Biden? You should have an answer more than like, everyone understands that you're different people and you're going to have like different thoughts on things. I think it's awkward to be like, I would do this differently. And then maybe they would think, people would say, well, why aren't you doing that now? As though the vice president and the president were the same job, right? And maybe she's trying to avoid that? I don't know. Oh, why didn't they pump? I think it's going to be less close than people are saying, Frikes the Third. There's a stat guy that I follow on Twitter that thinks there's a really good chance that the poll numbers all look close because everyone's like, everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid to be too outside the norm. What word was he using? Hurting? Hurting, yeah, that's the word. But there's a lot of indicators that are saying that it's like there's a good chance it's not going to be that close, right? The Dems have greatly outspent the Republicans in the last week, just gunned it up. Their ground game is better. Anyway, we don't have to talk about this shit all night. We just fucking serve with both, serve with everybody. I could fucking launch a 4/4 into. Opponent's at 21. You're terrified of another polling error? Well, the pollsters are terrified of another one. And, yeah. And that's impacting things. Geopolitics is indeed very depressing. I agree. Hell yeah, see, Pete. I'd be into that. I'm gonna leave Bouncer back. C. Pete is gifting 5 subs. Congrats to Lavinok, Serious Fun Serious, Jmar834, Kerfalefurf, and Kruznik. Congrats, folks. And thanks, C. Pete. I played my land already? I must have. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Glasshouse Life, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 13 months. Nice to see them activating that. Yeah, shit. I was looking for a counter for the Gargadon. Yeah. I guess I'm just activating a 4-drop now. Oh, that's my white source too. Yeah, Molvalo. From what I've seen, there's been like individual donators that have dumped like a lot and like kind of like mucked up sports betting. Like if a few people are dropping money in like the tens of millions, then the actual gamblers can't keep up. Because there's a certain chunk of people that want to bet on that sort of thing. Just want to bet on their party, right? Just like how like a lot of sports bettors want to bet on their team. I guess Frog's supposed to connect. Oh, it makes it harder to Uro later. Should I just Uro now? Well, Uro now. Oh, and the Gargadon's got reach. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then next turn we can just slam Atraxa here. So as long as they don't have some huge overrun effect, we should be okay. Well, it's a pretty good fucking overrun effect. Alright, you got me. This band opening for King Gizzard, that'd be fun. Be a fun show. I'd like to see the OCs in King Gizzard. Just a bunch of fucking sick psychedelic rock. King Gizzard used to tour with 2 drummers too, which the OCs is known for doing. I think we're fine against that one. I don't need to play this Go for the Throat, but I want to. And then I immediately get a card back. Because Frog triggers on hitting walkers too. Interesting fight. And now we got a 2-turn clock. Like, we can just jump it next turn. No, after they've chosen targets, Draft Punk, they can't do that anymore. Here we go. Give it a nice refresh. Is this the 6-2 back against the wall? Winning the die roll? I like that. You like Psychic Frog? I fucking love Psychic Frog. Right, C. Pete? Oh, man. Can't play my Strix on, too. What was our record with a white-black token deck? Very poor. I went like 1-3. Got a couple control opponents kind of low. Got them down to like 2 life, but didn't close it out. Am I going to try and catch Uncle Acid on their US tour? I did. I saw them. Maybe I haven't seen them. Yes, I think I'm thinking of King Buffalo. I think I've not seen Uncle Acid yet. Probably. I don't know if they're close enough. Not super high on my list, but I would love to. Sort of deal. Yeah, holding up Supreme Will here would be fine. I think this is also fine. I can silence you, but I can't take your spirit. What if I turned on ads for subscribers too? I have that power. The consensus on ordering blocker changes. I mean, when it's like changed it back to how it used to be, right? That's what it reminds me of. I'm not really sure why it got changed to that in the first place. That Swamp was a great rip. What's your average ticket for a decent concert close to you? Oh, it depends on what you mean by decent concert, Tim's a turd. Madison's lucky. We've got like a wide variety of different music venues. If you want to see like a cool local artist, if you want to check out somebody that you haven't necessarily like heard on the radio or whatnot, you might pay as low as like a $10 entry fee at like a venue. Go there to eat and have drinks and stuff. Listen to some smooth jazz. But then we've got mid-tier places where you might be spending like $20 in the middle of the week, seeing like non-sold out shows and stuff. But they've got low prices, so they get in there and drink and whatnot. Someone like someone that's like washed or up and coming but not super well known might go for that. Like an MC Chris show. I don't think it was very much. And then with the larger acts, it's the same as everybody else, right? If someone sold out the Alliant Energy Center, it means shows are going to be like 100 some. I kind of want to call that 6, right? Oh, should I just fucking Uro into it? Kind of wanted to play the birds here, but I think Uro is pretty good. Anything popular is like $500 or $1,000 easy. Jeez. Yeah, I think shows at the Sylvie after you pay tax and stuff are usually in like the $60 to $80 range. Which is pretty reasonable for typically someone that's pretty well known. Pretty full crowd. Possible I'm supposed to not block with birds here and just slam Atraxa. Vegas thinks a lot of themselves. Vegas thinks a lot of themselves. There's also like everybody, all the tourists are going to Vegas, right? So locals, like they said, the locals have to compete with the everybody else for ticket prices and such. So I wouldn't be surprised if Larger Axe had like some of the actual highest ticket prices in the States. Hey, 7-2, not bad, huh? Not bad. Didn't hate that. All right, I need a break. I need a break to go grab some water, stretch my legs for a sec. I'll be back in a couple minutes.